Welcome all. So today's topic is Kedarnath Yatra, a blessing or a sin. Yes, this is a very serious topic that I'm talking today, and like everyone knows who are following me, that I'm from Uttarakhand myself, and there are certain rules and regulations of the Dev Bhumi, like we call Uttarakhand as the Dev Bhumi, the land of gods, because of the fact that from the ancient times it is said and it is believed that all the gods and the goddesses had a major place to be in Uttarakhand. This was one of the major places where they were residing in their own forms, in their own energy levels. Okay, so that's why it's called the land of gods and Dev Bhumi, and it is supposed to be a very sacred land where from so many years, lot of saints, lot of sages, lot of people who are into meditation and sadhanas used to come and pray. And even in the ancient times, a lot of people traveled here also. Even the Pandavas traveled here, and that's why Kedarnath was formed by the Pandavas. That, of course, history mostly everyone knows by now. But why I've named this topic as Kedarnath, sin or a blessing, is because, see, I want to talk about something which is very serious when it comes to going to any of the Char Dhams or any of the sacred places where the divine energies or the divine blessings are concerned. Okay, first of all, I would like to start with that the Yatra of Kedarnath has many modes to travel. Yes, through helicopters, through the palkis, the humans who pick up the palkis, and they have a basket behind and pick you up, and they go, the basket and the palkis, the dolis which we call, and then the ponies, the small horses, the khatchars which we call. Okay, now I want to talk about this, the people who are actually traveling sitting on the ponies and the khatchars. Okay, there is no point of your yatra to happen. Trust me, it is as simple as this, that you are basically putting your whole weight on one animal who is not even taken care properly by his owner. He is used as a machine, like a machine, by all these local village people for earning their livings. Now many of you will say that it is giving them employment, this, that, so many things, but you need to understand that everything is not just for employment things. There can be several other things that can be done for employment. And the name of employment, you cannot mistreat an animal, the voiceless soul. Okay, and trust me, when I did the Kedarnath trek, I saw that there were so many ponies going, and their feet were injured, their legs were injured, their bodies were injured. They were not even giving them the drinking water and the food to eat. They were getting nothing. They were so tired. And trust me, 100 kgs above, 150 kgs above people were also sitting on that pony. Many ponies for that matter. Now, I'm not saying that if you are not that much overweight, then it's no problem. No, there is a problem, because you don't even know that how many rounds going coming these ponies are making, because of their owners making money, minting money with so much of heavy weight on them of a human. So you need to understand, just because you want to reach Kedarnath or any other dham for that matter, you're thinking I have to just reach, but how are you reaching? That is also important. You have the God has given you your feet, your legs to walk, and by God forbids, if there is any emergency or any circumstance through which you cannot walk so much, the helicopters are there, and the helicopter rides are also not that much expensive. In the peak traveling hours, the kind of rates the ponies have, it's almost equivalent to the helicopters or the palki people who are there, or the basket men who actually pick you up in that small basket and they carry you. All these things are also available. Why the animals? And first of all, if you have your if you can walk, even if you're overweight, even if you can walk, very slowly, go ahead and do the trek, because it's all about the kind of devotion you have towards any divine resource. If you're so much inclined towards the yatra, then you should collect the courage to walk there also. I mean, I'm also not that slim. I also have, I'm also on a heavier side. But I did my yatra because of the devotion and the faith that I had. So if you're thinking, and I've heard in the news, it's coming lately, that so many ponies are thrown in the water, in the Mandakini river once they're dead. And they collapse, they are collapsing. They are just collapsing. And they've been thrown. Do you think that your yatra is going to get you any blessings if you're actually torturing a voiceless creature and then going ahead? You're being a part of it. See, the owner is not taking care of it. He or she will be actually getting their own karmic things, but you're a part of it. You're paying, and then they're actually taking you through. So why are you being a part of something like that? If you are the one who can say that no to the ponies, we will walk, or either we'll take the helicopter or the dollies or the basket man, so then don't do that, because it's not a blessing, it's actually a sin. Secondly, the second point that I want to talk about is Kedarnath and all the Char Dhams. From the time the roadways have been connected in Uttarakhand, okay, everybody is traveling to Char Dham. No matter you have the devotion or not, it's become like a picnic spot. So many plastics, so many garbage packets, the chips packets and everything is being thrown there. Do you think this is a hill station where you're actually coming? I'm not saying everybody, people who have devotion, who are actually sadhaks, who are doing the meditations, or even if you're not doing the meditations, but if you have this thought process that I'm going to the Char Dham, see, these are all very high energy powerhouses. Okay, and if you think you're just going, it's become like a tourism, and that's so wrong. Okay, there are some places which cannot turn into tourism department or tourism sector. We should be leaving Uttarakhand, at least the Char Dham. I've also seen people, drinking and traveling, doing the yatras in Char Dham. Even in Badrinath, for that matter, in the hotels also I've seen that outside the hotels the beer bottles are thrown. Why the non-local people are doing that? And that is the reason the Uttarakhand people are not liking the fact that a lot of tourism is happening. Then of course, with the mother nature, the kind of mountains Uttarakhand have, okay, they are very sensitive mountains. They will collapse one day, I'm telling you. If this is the kind of crowd which has started going, the number of people who are traveling to Kedar and to all the Char Dhams because of the road connectivity which the government has made, again some huge calamity will come, I'm telling you. Clearly, I'm telling this to you. So development in the hills has to be limitized. And even people should have some brains and think, with what intention are we going? I am seeing there's so many bloggers and so many youngsters, just because it's Lord Shiva's devotion is come into fashion these days. Everybody is actually drinking alcohol, smoking on the Lord Shiva's name. The youngsters, they're going to this trance mania, trance music. It's become like a fashion. It's not devotion, it's fashion, and it's to be cool idea. It's like we are cool, so we are praying to Lord Shiva. And we visited Kedarnath, especially Kedarnath I'm talking about. So don't do that, because this is a place where actually the Rishi Munis or the sage and the saints, you can say, have done their sadhanas and meditation. And the moment you enter the valley, the Kedar valley, you start feeling, even before reaching Kedarnath, you start feeling that yes, this is a very powerful zone. And people are spoiling that zone. People are spoiling that purity, destructing that purity of Uttarakhand, the major Char Dhams of Uttarakhand. So let's not do this. I mean, this is something, the video that I made is because of the fact that how much a human will spoil things, and then something very major will happen from Mother Nature. which no human technology will be able to stop. Okay, and moreover, the sin or the blessing, which one you're wanting? There are some rules, there are some things that there are some processes you need to follow to gain some blessings, to gain some good karmic things from these kind of powerhouses which are there. Why are you spoiling that? Why are you being a part of some dosha or some curse through these resources? So let's not make it a picnic spot. Let's not make it a fashion to go to Kedarnath. Let's make it, let it be. Because these places were always made in such a way. Why so far off the ancient people made these temples? Think about it. For a very simple reason, that very rare people should be able to come and visit these places, and the purity and the kind of energy levels which are there should be intact. You think that at that time they could not have made places for staying for people near Kedarnath, when they can make such drastic temples which are staying from thousands of years? You think they could not make any guest house near Kedarnath? They could have, right? But what was the reason? Because they actually wanted the purity and the innocence and the power of that place to remain just like that and not be spoiled by the human race. Very rare people could travel there. So everything has a deep meaning, but it's just that just because the roads are given and things are, people have made it a tourist spot. Even a Gangotri place, even in any Char Dham you see. So that's really not good, And then of course then the kind of doshas and things start propping up, and then people think, oh my god, I went to Kedar, what's going on with me? So don't spoil Uttarakhand. Or why just Uttarakhand? Any of the other places, but right now Uttarakhand is in danger. We talk about development, it's good, but then we need to understand the geography, the kind of nature rules that are there in Uttarakhand. Okay, so don't do that. Don't travel on the ponies, on any animal. Respect them. Use your own legs. And if you can't, then don't go. It's better you sit in the house and pray to Lord Shiva rather than troubling an animal, a voiceless soul, and then you thinking you're going to get blessings from Kedarnath. No. Lord Shiva never tells you to trouble any voiceless soul to get his blessings. Okay? So that's about it. I'll see you next week with another topic. Till then, goodbye.